At 73 years old, you still able to have a baby?
Stop.
Robert De Niro just had a baby too.
We really got to time it right.
We really got how long ago?
No, it's
take
like,
that?
oh, I'm ovulating. Let's go.
I'm ovulating. Get the pill popping.
Did you
We
say
got
ovulating?
Yup, it's TMZ Verified the podcast. I'm Wild.
I'm Steph.
Welcome back, Steph.
Thank you.
Welcome back, people. Happy Thursday to everybody except Jojo Siwa. I'm joking.
Starting off,
I'm
level
just saying,
10.
if Kathy Ebbs was here, Kath would have said everybody except Jojo.
Oh, God.
Is Jojo a lion, cheating, former lesbian? That is the question that we're going to answer today, y'all. And by answer, I mean we're just going to tell you the information that we have. Because Jojo Siwa is opening up about her breakup from Kathy Ebbs. Kathy Ebbs is the person that Jojo Siwa was dating when Jojo went to Celebrity Big Brother UK. And then they broke up right after. And then Kathy claimed that Jojo was cheating with one of her cast members. And then she dumped her.
Okay.
That's all allegedly from Kathy. But Jojo has fired back. And now we have a more complete picture of the story. Allegedly.
Full story.
Allegedly. Also, Bill Belicheck. I know you're like, he is way too old for this show. Correct. He is. We're not talking about Bill Belichick. We're talking about Bill Belichick's new girlfriend. And they've been together for a while. We're talking about Bill Belichick's girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, who on top of the fact that she is extremely good looking, y'all. She's only 24 years old. So perfect for the show. Jordan is being dragged on the internet right now because people are suggesting that she's like controlling Bill Belichick behind the scenes, getting a little too involved. And then we are finally addressing the biggest debate to hit the internet since the whole like white dress, blue dress thing. Can 100, I can't say the N word, can 100 dudes take down a single silverback gorilla? Steph, what are your Well, we have heard from some gorilla experts, or should I say primatologists?
This story, we'll tell you the details.
We've heard from some primatologists, and the actual scientific proof is a little different than what y'all might think. Why are you smiling? This is a very serious story.
It's a crazy story.
Okay. Starting from the beginning. Jojo Siwa going through a breakup right now with influencer Kathy Ebbs. Kath is from Australia. Not important, but I just wanted to hear the distinction in the accents. Anyway, Kath and Jojo were dating for some time. Jojo went on Celebrity Big Brother UK. While Jojo was on Celebrity Big Brother UK, she formed like a real close friendship with another contestant named Chris Hughes. Meanwhile, by the way, Celebrity Big Brother, if you never watched Big Brother,
Can I explain?
It's live. Go.
Okay. It's basically you're in a house and they are filming you 24/7. So it's not like a reality show where they film sometimes, they piece it together. It is alive. People can watch you on live stream on like your phone. You can watch them on the show. And then they compete in challenges to, if you are the big head honcho at the house and you make teams, it's a big deal.
So Jojo's on this show. Kath, of course, is watching from home. Throughout the course of the season, we see Jojo and this dude named Chris Hughes just get like real close. At one point, like I would say canoodling. Like they were like real tight for somebody to be with somebody that they're not in a relationship romantically with. It was like, and then the way they talked about, they just like gushed over each other.
And listen, they're with each other 24/7.
Chris
so you
supported
get super
Jojo
close.
through the whole like Mickey Rourke drama. Like this was like, they were like ride or die. But from Kath's perspective, it was a little messy. So let's hear Kath's explanation for why the relationship with Jojo went left.
Everything we sort of saw unfold on what I thought was a fake reality show where I didn't need to worry about the validity of my relationship was in fact laced in a lot of truth, which has been so probably one of the most craziest, intense, awful, horrific experiences I've ever probably gone through in my adult life.
So from Kath's perspective, you know, your girl going to a reality show and you thinking like, it's just a reality show because it's like fake for TV.
Right.
And from Kath's perspective, Kath is like, I literally watched JoJo fall in love with Chris Hughes.
She's not crying in the video.
But basically though.
She's just saying that's like fucked up to watch live.
Right. However, JoJo is like, all that's some bullcrap. So JoJo went on Nick Viles' podcast this week and she was like, basically, all of that shit that Kath is saying is not true. Here's what JoJo had to say.
Obviously, a lot of people think that Chris has something to do with it. Chris does not have absolutely anything to do with it. Chris and I are friends. We have a very, very great friendship. It's a very strange, like, you are meant to be in my life. We have a very special bond. It's genuinely unlike any friendship bond I've ever created. But my situations are completely unrelated. That's where it's like, I understand. Chris and I are very tight. We have this very beautiful bond, this very beautiful connection. But don't paint it out to look like I cheated on you with him, because I did not.
I mean, she's making it clear that they were just friends. But based off the show and how you can watch it 24/7, that means that Kath saw some shit that she didn't like.
But it ain't. No. First of all, if I saw my significant other talking about somebody and talking about how they basically soulmates, I'm so happy this person came into my life. And then after the big brother, after the whole like running the show, JoJo came out and was like, I'm no longer a lesbian. Now I'm queer. Which is like, so now you like from Kath's perspective, it looks like, yo, my girl fell in love with this dude.
And then came home and
now she's like, I'm everybody. Like, it just, I don't really know whose side I'm on with this, but like,
I mean,
I can see Kath's perspective because she's watching from home and all of this shit is going down on a reality show. And
it's not just a reality show. You have to understand that like these people, she can watch JoJo from like day in, day out. Like she can have it with her at all times, watching their interactions. So she must have felt a certain way.
Yep. JoJo, by all accounts, has consistently been like,
that's just my friend.
That's just my friend. That's just my friend. But like, honestly, to Kath's point, girl, why you now not a lesbian no more? Like,
that's,
you get what I'm saying? Like, what's the revelation? When did the revelation happen? And what caused the revelation? Like, did you see a little something?
Stop.
Did you touch a little something? You know what I'm saying?
I think when you spend that much time with somebody and they have that intense of a bond, there has to be some level of, do you think that men and women can be friends though?
Yes.
Totally. But you can't say you have like, I would never say like we have a strong, intense bond.
I'm so happy you came into my life. Like, life would not be the same.
If she would have went on Val Files and said like, we had a really great friendship. Cool. Like we really bestied it up the whole time.
That would have been.
We didn't separate. I'd be like, that'd be because I'd wake up, I'd be like, what are you doing? But undeniable bond is crazy.
Unbreakable bond. I feel like we are soulmates.
No.
Platonic soulmates. Basically, it's just like a bunch of. Honestly, I'm kind of a jealous person, so.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for that reason alone, I'm Team Kath. So anyway, JoJo went on to explain why the breakup, like why the actual breakup happened. And according to JoJo, Kath showed up to the rap party for Big Brother on one. Like truly, from JoJo's perspective, Kath came in hot and was like questioning her, a bunch of yada, yada, yada. Here's how JoJo said it went down.
And then all of a sudden we're having it and all of a sudden, we're at the rap party for Big Brother. I'm getting cussed out. It was the security guard kept turning around to me being like, and I was like, you know what I mean? Like, because I understand where they're angry and where they're coming at me. But I also keep reiterating, like, I'm not in a place to talk. By the, 16th time somebody asks you, are you happy? Do you want to end things? You're going to just spew your guts. And I was honest and I said, if you ask me tomorrow, I don't know my answer. If you ask me right now, my answer is yes.
That means yes.
Whose side are you on now?
I'm on Kath's side. Mark my words, if my boyfriend went on a show that I could watch live stream, and then I'm watching every micro interaction, and then you come off the show and say that you're not fully lesbian anymore, and then you're saying you have an unbreakable bond on this podcast. It's just...
Come on.
I do disagree, though, if she's showing up to, like, a work event, cussing her out.
Yeah, maybe don't show up to the work
party.
Just
go to her house after.
Yeah, like, maybe don't show up to the work party hot, ready to fight and like get into an argument to the point where security's like.
But I love the TikTok, like go on TikTok, speak your truth. I saw this, I feel this, but don't go to the work event.
Honestly though, if I was Kath, I wouldn't even care if this went down like this.
Why?
Because Kath is a nobody. And I don't mean that to be rude, but like.
Wild, just because you're nobody doesn't
mean what? If some random rich person called you up, well, not right now, but like a year ago, some random rich dude called you up and said, I'll fly you over to France and we get the date, and it only worked out for like 2-3 weeks.
I wouldn't have gone because I'm afraid of getting kidnapped.
Right, but like if you had no fear of getting kidnapped, you would have said rendezvous. You know
Sure.
what I'm saying?
I was.
What's the worst that can
I
happen?
actually did that.
What's the worst that can happen? Like, no, I don't mean that Kath isn't nobody and she deserves this. I'm just meaning that like you kind of got to walk into relationships with certain people with a certain mentality. Like,
I'm going to speak some relationship truth.
go.
It's all about who's more invested in the outcome. It's clear that based off the dynamic between Kath and Jojo Siwa, Jojo doesn't really care about the outcome.
Jojo just there for a good time. Like,
so when Kath is like grasping on,
crying,
yeah,
Jojo's like, sis.
it has to be equal. If it works out, or we're both dying that it works out.
Kath claimed that Jojo was a love bomber, and honestly,
You can relate to that.
that's not.
You give
that's not what I
love
was about
bomber
to say.
energy.
I am a love bomber, though, but I was not. That's not what I was about to admit.
What were you going to say?
I don't even remember now. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
70, I feel like you know this story really well. Bill Belicheck.
I do.
Bill Belichick's girlfriend, 24-year-old Jordan Hudson, who honestly, shout out to Jordan Hudson. Like, we do this podcast every week, y'all, and we always tell you, like, if you are on the cusp of either, like, really a lot of money or a lot of fame, you got to play your cards right.
Right.
And nobody plays their cards righter than Jordan Hudson.
We love a woman with a plan.
We love a lady with a plan and her foot on his neck. So Jordan Hudson is Bill Belichick's girlfriend. Bill Belichick is a man of a certain age.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Hudson, of course, is in her 20s.
Yep.
The reason why this has become a thing in recent weeks is because they did an interview with CBS and basically about Bill Belichick. He has a new memoir coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And during the interview, y'all, the interviewer asked Bill Belichick, like, hey, like, tell me how you guys met. How did you,
The timeline.
how did you, 70-something-year-old Bill Belichick, meet and fall in love with this 24-year-old girl?
Mm-hmm.
And before he could even answer, Jordan jumps in and she goes, nope, we're not talking about that.
Right. Now, to the public, it's been said that they met on a flight.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote her like a lovely note after. These two have been dating a very long time for us to assume that it's very serious.
Right.
And so I think the internet is roasting her based off of like how she looks in the back. Also, the framework. It's just the way the room's set up that she looks like she's like in the corner, like creeping around.
Like
right.
a little like evil scientist or something. Like,
And when she comes up and like says like we're not going to talk
we're not talking about that.
I think it's based off of like, optically it looks bad, but I don't think, like people are saying on TikTok that she's like brainwashing him and like there's this like huge blackmail thing going on. I think it's just necessary, like she is a part of his, image. They're a couple. You don't think that Selena Gomez and Benny talk about what they're gonna say when they go and do interviews?
I agree.
But they just captured that behind the scenes stuff and CBS is shady.
Okay.
She should have known that. I will say that. Like, go in. If we and you did this, I'd be like, they're gonna do the.
But like, I don't think CBS is shady because don't interrupt our interview. Like, we do interviews for this podcast and a bunch of other stuff at this, and like, it is very rare that someone like a publicist or somebody interrupts the interview like live. But if it happens, we keeping it in. Like,
but that's the CBS way of editing. That's very different to any other talk show. Meaning, like you could see the whole. I shouldn't see where Jordan Hudson's sitting in the interview. It's a very unique setup where people on the internet are saying that she should have went into that knowing like they're going to show the whole room.
They're going to talk about you because they want to be able to see you in the interview.
She's clearly wearing leggings and like a crew neck and like sneakers. She wasn't dressed for like TV. You know what I mean?
So here's the issue that some people are having with this, because not only is Jordan essentially like running Bill's life.
Mm-hmm.
She has also become like his social media manager.
Yes.
She has also become like the person who checks
she
his
approves,
email.
like everything.
Like, there have been reports that UNC has been instructed to include Jordan on emails that they send to Bill. Who the hell is Jordan? Like, and I think that's kind of where the football community is like
freaking out. Yeah.
Right, because it's like Bill Belichick is a 73-year-old man, one of the arguably, I know nothing about sports, but they just told me this.
He's he was fine without
arguably,
her. You know
one of the most successful football coaches of all time. Right. So it's a little weird to see like this like giant of a person get chumped
Stop.
by a woman. And not just a woman, but like
People on
24-year-old
TikTok are
woman.
saying that like this girl clearly has a vision for what she wants her life to look like.
She is
And props
executing.
to her for executing it because this man was powerful with or without her.
Oh, for sure.
And so now that he's with her, you know, he could tell her to go fuck off. He's not. He's
not.
making her into his life. Whatever she wants, he does.
All right, let's do our favorite thing to do. What should Jordan Hudson
God.
do with the next year of her life with Bill Belichick? Because she's only 24 years old.
I know.
I would like to say, have a baby.
No.
And I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking like, why would you have a baby at 24 and you got a rich man? But she needs to lock this down. And like the best and easiest way for her to lock this down is going to be with a baby. What's the odds that Bill Belichick is going to get married at 73 years old?
Wait, okay, I'm changing my mind.
Go.
This is my prediction and what I think she should do for her career. As you know, if this is your first time listening to the podcast,
This is what we do.
we tell you what you could do to make the most of your fame.
Yes,
okay?
go.
Have the wedding and make it very small and a little bit of detail to the public, but not much. Like very like we're really humble.
Because you wanted to see.
Yeah. Which we're really love.
We just want to love each other.
Baby pregnant next month. The next month after that.
Mhm.
Then she needs to go into the influencer world. I know that she does pageants. I know that she's trying to do like mogul energy. I think she gives the influencer vibe. And I'm not saying like, I know if she was listening to this, she'd be mortified because she does pageants and like big top dog shit, like mogul energy. I think she needs to do influencing, but make it like, I want to see what your kitchen looks like with him because he's got money.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see like
we
what
wanna see the
Dior baby rattle
right,
you
like
got.
the lifestyle
Dior
of
haul,
like I have a rich old man.
Yeah.
Like we want, because they never really show it
and then
off.
do
Like,
charity like on the side because she likes to do philanthropy.
Okay, so that makes it.
Yeah, do philanthropy and like make videos about that. They'll get like 2,000 views, but then do your little haul of like Dior baby rattle and millions of views.
Honestly, you might be onto something.
Yeah.
The only
No podcast.
No.
I don't want to see you.
Not too much
I
talking.
don't want to see you as a judge on celebrity dancing.
Right. No.
I don't
want
to see you on anything.
I don't want to hear you.
No.
I don't really want to hear you talk about like.
Come with me to the
like,
game in the
right,
box.
that's what I want.
Perfect.
Like, I want like.
I
look
love
at
it.
me,
I'm
rich.
tuning in.
Mm-hmm. All you poor people, this is me in
Yes.
the suite. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
This is my room where I'm giving birth. It's 2 stories. Yeah, I want to see that. This is what Bill brought me for breakfast, like Pookie and Jet on TikTok kind of vibe.
Was he married before?
Yes.
Oh, he's not getting married again. He was married
Yes.
from 1977 to 2006. He's not getting married. He's 73 years old. So she got the baby. It is.
Yeah.
Lock it down.
And influence.
And also, like, he's not. Is he?
What?
At 73 years old, are you still able to have a baby?
Stop.
That was a genuine question. Robert De Niro just had a baby too.
You can, but it's like we really got to time it right.
We really how long ago?
No,
did
it's
you take
like,
that?
oh, I'm ovulating. Let's go. That's
I'm
what it is.
ovulating. Get the pill popping.
Did you
We
say
got an hour.
ovulating? Lord. Anyway,
All right.
I wish nothing but the best for these two, and I can't. We're not done, by the way, with this saga. We should be doing the new Jip Jip. Is this update?
What Jordan did that week. All right, damn, we've spent way too much time talking about all these
Sorry.
things. We don't got a lot of time left.
Well, the story sucks anyway, so.
Such a good story.
No. Okay, wait. I think we're
Go
talking
ahead.
about 2 different things. No, you go.
You want to tell the people about the other story? Well, PETA right now is pissed, y'all, because there are a lot of people on the internet talking about whether 100 human men, what am I trying to say? 100 dudes can fight and take down a single silverback gorilla. Mr. Beast, because he's Mr. Beast, jumped into the conversation to be like, I'm trying to figure this out. Now, he didn't say he was going to get 100 dudes and put them in the cage with a single gorilla. He just said he was going to try to figure some way to figure this out. PETA's now pissed because PETA's like, leave the animals alone. PETA, please. Like, this is truly a PETA please moment.
Yeah.
You really think Mr. Beast's going to put 100 men and let them fight
No.
a gorilla in a cage? That's illegal.
Now, once we see the social post of like 100 men, we're
And
looking
one
for
gorilla.
you. Yeah.
Right.
Then
we
you
start.
can PETA it up.
Right. PETA, relax. Anyway, I would just like to talk about this as a duo. Stephanie, do you think 100 dudes can take down one single gorilla? Yes or no?
No.
And why? Why?
There's this quote where it's like, do you feel safer as a woman? Do you feel safer with men or the bear?
Uh-huh.
You pick the bear. I feel like the gorilla is obviously more, the 100 men could not take down the gorilla.
Okay. I actually was on your side until I saw there's this animal expert dude who is actually a primatologist. I didn't make that word up earlier.
Let me see I need the receipt. People just go on and say stuff now. Okay,
That's
what did he
usually
say?
I thought, but I had
What did he
I googled
say?
them
What
and
did he
there's a bunch of
say?
stuff. Basically, he was like, gorillas ain't that big. Like, because we have this like idea of like gorillas being like 600 pounds. He said most average like adult male gorillas are somewhere between like maybe 300, 400, 500 pounds. That's only 5 adult men when you think about it. Like the average man that works out is about maybe like 160-ish.
Also, who's in their house thinking about this question?
I don't know, but it's a great ass question. But like basically the dude was saying that like it's only gonna take like maybe like 40 dudes to really take down a gorilla if you all go at once. The problem is that you can't be a bitch. Like you gotta really come.
Because he's going to come with teeth.
The gorilla coming with teeth,
Ripping,
with claws,
skin off.
strong. And he was also pointing out the fact that like gorillas aren't like boxers. So like you don't gotta worry about the gorilla boxing.
No,
y'all.
it's more of like a fall.
It's like a grab and like a rip and like a
rip.
But like they can't do all of that at once to 100 people. So basically we gotta go in strong. What would be your first strategy, Stephanie? Go. You're the first person up. It's a gorilla and you, eye to eye. You the first
So
person.
am I
in the
with 100
parade.
people or by
Yes,
myself?
but you the first person up. What's our strategy? Go.
For the listeners, I went, pointed to the guy behind me and moved to the side. Because they're going to have media there. No, they're going to have media there. I'll pose and then move to the side. I'm not fighting with a damn gorilla.
All right, well, moral of the story is Mr. Beast is not.
Moral of the
setting this
story,
up.
between the man and the bear, I feel more safe with the bear.
Whatever. All right, we got to move on to
Crumbs.
or mean comment.
No, I don't see a mean comment anywhere.
Why you had to call me out? I was gonna read
okay.
them live, bro.
Oh, sorry.
Mean comment.
Notice how one of us gets a laptop, the other one doesn't. Thank you. He's like, you're not prepared. Him.
No, I wasn't.
Him. You're not prepared. Him. I can't open up my laptop. I don't have one.
All right, so on last week's show, we talked about Justin Bieber because Justin Bieber's been crashing out every which way but the right way lately. Anyway, here are some of our best mean comments. This person, his name is Chris Witt 2596. He said, "You guys always giggling, laughing is really annoying.
Oh.
Are things really that funny? Because why you be
Honestly,
giggling all the time?
When I'm in here, yeah.
See, that's it.
It's that funny.
We go, Chris Witt. Maybe you should find.
Yeah,
one of
maybe
your friends.
you should find a friend that you want to work with.
You find a funny bone. All right, this next person
Jealous.
said. This next person is called Nature Nanny.
I already
Nature
don't like it.
You ain't gonna like it.
Yeah,
Nature
we're not
Nanny
vibing.
said, how does anybody listen to this boring dribble?
Why don't you go into nature and stay there?
Okay, Nature Nanny. We would also like to see a clip of your podcast if you can just
Mhm.
slack us down.
And a selfie. Let me see your credit score.
All right, you'll like this one. This is the last one.
Okay.
This one's from Allison Angela Fleming.
She sounds nice.
She said, you already know. She said, I love these two.
I love her.
When's the last time you went to church? I'm guilty as hell. We were talking about that last week for Easter or something. I don't know. But shout out to you.
I'll go with you, Allison. Look
Shout out
at
to
you.
you.
You're really bringing people to God.
Mm-hmm. Also, Foul Heidi 482 also said, I love you too.
Aw. See?
We go, Nature Nanny. Why you gotta be such a salty?
Bye. Go out in nature.
All right, we gotta go.
Okay.
It's time for.
Okay. So, streamer. Sorry, I can't do the.
Yeah, it was just so fast.
I got to get to the point.
There you go.
It's a good one. Streamer. I always say his last name wrong, so if you
Same.
don't roast me. Streamer Jack Doty.
I say Daughtery.
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 Streamer Jack Daughtery allegedly assaulted and robbed $300,000 by armed thieves. Jack was allegedly robbed by 4 armed thieves on Rodeo Drive in LA, claiming that they took 2 diamond chains worth $300K. He was spending the day in Rodeo when 4 armed thieves hopped out of a vehicle and jumped him, taking him to the ground. I'm not laughing, by the way. I will tell you why I'm laughing later. During his stream, he told police he was chasing me around. Sorry. During his stream, he told police he was, in quotes, he was chasing me around the road trying to get my watch off. I didn't know which way to go because if I went too far, I was just going to have him get me alone. And I have a broken collarbone, so I can't fight this guy. Jack's stream showed him berating his security guard for failing to stop the theft as well. And in quotes, he said, he had the gun to me and I was like, no, fuck you. I'm taking this watch, mother effer. I'll die for this shit. The streamer said to his friend who was recording the aftermath that $300K down the fucking drain. This is worse than the McLaren crash. Despite the financial hit, he went to Rodeo Drive again the next day and bought even more expensive jewelry and showed off his watches on his Instagram, blah, blah, blah. And he hasn't made any other statements regarding the theft. But he did turn in his shirt as evidence to the police.
Okay. What are your thoughts on this?
The thoughts on this is that I was also robbed on Rodeo Drive. And I want to talk. You know about my robbery. It was in the night.
We got to set the stage for this Jack Daugherty thing before I give y'all my thoughts.
Okay, I have a question. I have a question for the crumbs.
Crumbs.
What am I saying? Do you think that if you are shopping for expensive jewelry or bags or whatever and walking around, that it's a good place for you to go as a criminal? Like, I'm going to go to Rodeo Drive because I'm going to score. Everyone's wearing expensive stuff, buying expensive stuff. Or is it putting a target on your back? Because if you go outside of these stores, there's a bunch of security. If you were a criminal.
We both, obviously, we live in LA. Rodeo Drive is like popping at any time. However, we have seen videos of people getting robbed in broad daylight on Rodeo Drive. Not Stephanie's video.
It was dusk.
Don't go looking for it because it ain't around.
It is.
But other people, like there are videos on like TikTok of people getting robbed on Rodeo Drive in broad daylight. It's not like absurd. However, I almost never see any of those people with security.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I'm trying to figure out how they got around. And this is a big black dude.
So let me get to my point.
Go.
People are saying that it's an inside job, meaning that Jack's security, since they didn't defend him.
Isn't it weird? And the security guard wasn't even alarmed. He just sitting there like, oh.
Then was it an inside job?
Or did it even happen?
Stop.
We don't know. All right.
Okay.
As people in the influencer space, we say this all the time. We got to take anything that they tell us on the internet as a lie with a little grain of salt because they need you to come back tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they need you to watch. They need the headlines to come from them. And then he catch everything else on video. He didn't catch the robbery.
That's a great point.
You get what I'm saying? But two people managed to catch the aftermath. We have two.
The cops actually came.
Yeah, the cops got to come if you call them. So we should probably verify the story.
What part of it?
I just want to.
It could be wrong. Like, I'm not saying it's perfect journalism. I'm saying that this man's
No, I'm not coming at you.
Yeah. I'm not saying that, like,
it's kind of full of crap.
For sure.
So if you're watching this and you care enough, come back next week because here's what I'm about to do. We're going to leave out of this room. I'm going to go over to Dennis Broad, who is our senior investigative producer. And I'm going to say, Dennis, call the Beverly Hills Police Department and see what we can get on. Next week, we promise an exclusive on Jack Daugherty.
Yeah.
If he was really robbed.
I go in a watch on my right hand.
Oh, me.
Because I was there.
Pull out a ski mask.
It was me. It was a big inside job. They called us.
All right, we got to get out of here. My name is Wild.
My name's Steph.
Peace out.